Hey everybody, so now we're going to cover your check-in forms. Thank you for being here. If you for some reason haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I put out a lot of free content. So today we're going to go over a sample athlete check-in form. It's going to be nearly identical to this as to what you will receive for your coaching. I have my co-coach, Alex Nearest, here. He is going to be the client in this scenario that we're going to go through. We're going to go through his check-in form, which will be very similar to yours, so that you can see line by line how this looks and know exactly what I want from you each week. Clarification, because a lot of people do ask this. The check-ins are not FaceTime, they're not meet up in person, they're all virtual, and that offers us a lot of flexibility here. I can assign you pretty much any weekday, Monday through Friday, to do your check-ins on. And if you happen to be going out of town the next day and you need to check in a day early, that's all right. And if you got back in super late from a trip and you need to check in one day after, that's all right too. I don't always get back to people for check-ins on the weekends. So if you're normally a Friday check-in person, try and get it done by Friday. If you're Monday, you're going to be just fine. So the way this works, your check-in has 3 parts, and this video is going to really cover the athlete check-in form. I will also need from you though, I will need your photos, front, side, and rear. For my regular clients, my non-competitors, it's just gonna be relaxed, head to toe. I need to see all of you. Please get some good lighting and do it in a repeatable place that we can get these same kind of quality photos each week. So I need your photos. I will also need your weigh-ins. I'll have a separate video detailing how to do that. In short, I really just like to have a graph of both the week and the month so I can kind of see how your trends are going. All right, and so with the check-in form, as you're getting this video, I will be sending the check-in form below it. You can pull up this check-in form, and we're going to go through this line by line and explain exactly how this works for you each week. So if you were Alex, boom, in your phone, you would get this beautiful check-in form that you can go down. You might have to click read more to see the whole thing, but it's in your phone here, and we're going to go through it and show you exactly how you would submit it yourself. So on your check-in day, let's say it's Monday and it's time to check in. You're going to scroll back up and pick the most recent form that you have. You're not going to change your name. We're always going to have the same name. Unless something crazy happens, you let me know. Below check-in date, put the date. And if you're a competitor, the number of weeks competing, put the number of weeks out that you are. If you have shows, go ahead and list your shows here. Next, we'll have your water. At least 1 gallon daily for Alex. Yours will be tailored to you. So some notes on the water here. Anything that basically is liquid counts as water except for alcohol. If you're drinking shots or you're drinking beer, that doesn't count as water, and I really don't want you doing that much in this plan anyway. So things that would count towards that water requirement, things like coffee, tea, diet sodas, pre-workout, if you make a protein shake post-workout, anything that's basically liquid is going to count towards this. If you have a morning digestion drink and you put 6 ounces of water, that can count towards this. So all those things count. So if you're a big tea drinker or coffee drinker, you know, I love my decaf coffee, that still counts towards this. Next, we're going to go over condiments. I do want you to use salt at all meals. So sea salt or pink salt with all of your meals. Even if you do oatmeal, try it. It's a trick. It's really, really good. At least one meal per day, though, I do want you to use iodized salt. This helps with thyroid production. As far as other condiments, hot sauces, mustards, as long as they're low or minimal calories, like we're talking like 3 to 5 calories, and you're not using half a bottle, that's fine. You put a little soy sauce on your meal. Don't really need to track it. You can use garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, Old Bay soy sauce to season your foods. But if it's something like barbecue sauce or ketchup or mayonnaise, like any of those condiments that are super, and I'm talking vegan mayonnaise, super calorie dense, those will need to actually track. So I'd either need to build that into your plan, or if you're tracking macros, make sure you're keeping up with those. So scrolling down more, you can swap out veggies gram per gram as you like, as long as they digest well for you. So if I put 100 grams of spinach in meal 1, but you're like, I'd rather do mushrooms, I'd rather do bell peppers, I'd rather do zucchini. You don't even have to ask me. As long as zucchini digests fine for you, get rid of the 100 grams of spinach, throw in the 100 grams of zucchini. You're good to go. Fat burners, for Alex's case, we're going to be in a bulking phase, so we don't need any fat burners right now. If you had fat burners, they would be listed here. Cardio, this again will vary for every client. It will be very individualized, but for Alex, for example, we're going to have 4 sessions weekly of 20 minutes each. Nothing too crazy for him. In a bulk, this is just good for insulin sensitivity. If you're in a cut, it's probably going to get higher. I might, for some of you, have you track calories, especially if you're going to be on machines. It really just depends client by client. So just make sure you're following your cardio selection here. And when it's your turn to copy this form and fill it back out and send it to me, if you need to make updates, like, hey, I missed a session on Thursday, you let me know right there. You just type it out right below. Then, same thing. We have step goal next. It's not included in your cardio. What that means is, if you do cardio, like if you're on the bike, that's not going to get you any steps. It's not going to count towards your step goal. If you do a treadmill for your cardio, that would actually count towards your step goal. But what I'm trying to say is, just because you did cardio on Monday doesn't mean you get to skip your steps. And if it's Tuesday and it's your day off from the gym and your day off from cardio, you might have to go take an extra walk to get these steps in. We want to have some daily motion every single day, and steps has been the best way that I can find to track that. Most phones track this for you. Smartwatches, I use a Fitbit. If you have an Apple Watch, those should all track it for you. So if you miss your steps, you could list it below. If you have a super easy way to track and like know your weekly average, like last week I had an average of 14.5 thousand steps, you can list that below for me. And if you leave this blank, if you leave the cardio blank and you leave the steps blank, I'm just assuming you did everything as I asked you to do. Next, below that, my favorite question. What's one thing you're grateful for this week? Me, I'm grateful. I got a big event coming up this week, and I got an awesome business partner here to help me run all this stuff. So that's what I'm grateful for. Next, how is your digestion on a daily basis? Any bloating following a certain meal? Any gas? You would just let me know each week. How is your digestion? Oh, meal 2, that one's been like a struggle bus for me every single day. Okay, that's something I need to know so we can swap that out and make it work for you. Otherwise, you just update it as it goes each week. Next, are you having regular bowel movements, average per day? Yeah, I want to know how many times per day you poop. Might be a little TMI for some people, but not for me. So you can just put it in there. Let me know how that's going. Hunger levels from 1 to 10, 1 being I don't really care about food at all, 10 being I'm currently eating my foot, what should I eat next? Go ahead and list that out. If you're not a competitor, you're probably not at 10, but put yours in there and it's something that we can track each week. So do update that as we go. Date of last refeed / diet break, and I'm also going to say / life enrichment meal. So here you get to list out what you had that was off your plan that week. Did you have anything that wasn't on your plan or within your macros in that week? I do encourage most of you, and I'll probably go over this with you separately, but if I haven't, and you're not a competitor, I want you having I want you having 1 meal off plan untracked per week. Go out or cook at home. Don't go crazy and eat 3 pizzas. I've seen people try it, but if you want to go get a couple slices of pizza on Friday night, even if you're in a cut, this isn't going to really throw you off. If you want to go get a slice of birthday cake, not really going to throw you off. This is your time. If you're a drinker, I don't really encourage you to drink. If you're going to have a couple glasses of wine or a couple shots, this would be your meal off plan. You don't get to have pizza and birthday cake and go get shit-faced drunk. You could do sort of one of the 3. I don't encourage you to get shit-faced drunk, but if you're going to have a few drinks, use your weekly meal off plan or life enrichment meal to go do so. I recommend doing it with friends, getting some time with quality people that support you. Now, next line, feedback on sleep quality and duration. So I want to know, my sleep is good, my sleep is bad. This has been my sleep this week, and then how many hours on average are we getting? Next, below that, you would put your feedback on your recovery from each session. How is your training going? Are you feeling recovered? Are you not? Then your training progress. Are you actually making progress while you're training? Are you getting more reps? Are you getting more weight each session? How is that going? Training feedback overall. I'm tired of squats, or my left pinky hasn't been feeling great when I'm doing upside down curls. Like, let me know if there's something that needs to be adjusted here. Below that, I have your supplement notes listed. And this is going to just keep us both kind of accountable here. This is both for health and for performance. So you can see what I have listed out for Alex. You'll have something similar listed for you. And below that, for some people, I do like to keep track of their blood pressure and also their blood work. And so this is your form. Every week, you copy and paste the most recent one. So if I were Alex and I were to grab the phone, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it down here. I'm going to go fill it out. And we're going to say today actually is 11/1/24. And just to make it a little bit more realistic, we're going to say Alex absolutely killed his steps and he is averaging 15K per day. And then once he's filled out all of this here, he will just hit send. And then on my end, boom, I am given this new filled out form. that as the coach, I can go through and say, okay, all right, I see this. You know, his hunger is really low, probably time to give him some extra food, and maybe we'll even pull down on his cardio. Maybe, or we'll raise it. But if I do that, I will make an adjustment. I will copy it, and then I will paste it, and I will send it back to you so that it pops up on your side with what you need to be doing. So every single week, we're gonna copy the most recent one. So we might have 15 of them in here, and that's great because then it gives me a paper trail. I can see where we made changes, what needs to be changed, what needs to be left alone, and then we copy and paste and send it back. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, I appreciate you getting all the way through this 10 or 11-minute video. Please do let me know in your reply to this what day of the week you anticipate doing your check-ins on. That's how I'm gonna know you watched this video. All right, y'all, take care. I'll see you next time.